All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and our home team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready. Right there. 54 miles.
They'll run on first down. O'Neal up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Jameis to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Ready. Slack 25. Flip.
Winston now to throw on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Now a give, right side. O'Neal. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. On 1st and 10, Winston. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Winston, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Ready? Blue ready. Check 53. Come on.
Jameis now on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. They'll try the left side. O'Neal. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. Third and goal. From the gun, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chapman. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Seconds. 180. 50 seconds. Come on. You ain't going nowhere. Hurry. Run. 50 seconds. What's that?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31.
Alert. Up. Check out, read. Hey, echo.
Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And it's third down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Tight left. You got 3 down. Hurry. Pistol. Point it right.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fit and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check, check. Run. Whip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
180. Hurry. Go now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
4th down and less than a yard.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Kill.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And to give this time to the tailback. They find some open field here. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for New England. And even 70 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
That's 57's right. We ain't giving up nothing today. King.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Winston. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's brought down. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ready. Blue ready. Check. Block 54. Green, 17. 5 on the 50.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out here in the I. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, 5 on 50.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
54, right there, 54 miles.
Here's Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
180. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, Alpha. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking for Campbell downfield. He's got it at the 15. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Regular.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are back within a single score. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make it 17-13. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Even.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check. Hurry. Alert. Hey, high 7.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Good. 180. No gain on this defense. No gain. Kings. What's up? 57. Mike 57. Hurry. What we got? Hey, what's up?
Play fake. Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Shit. Watch the shit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 3rd down, Vernon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Motion to the backfield. Hurry. Mike 57. Crunch time. Hurry. Hey, check Mike 57. Real. Watch the screen. Let's go. Mike 57.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
180. 50 off the mic. Watch one. Hurry. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
In your face. Run, run, run. 57. Mike, 57. Hurry, hurry. 57's Mike. Mike, 57. Come on, D. Hey, check.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Don't get nervous. Check. Check. Hot route. Hot, hot. 57's the mic. Watch for regular, regular, regular. Jim.
3rd and long for Mayfield. There he goes inside the 30. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. Watch 25. 54 miles. Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
First down, Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check, check.
Winston. Catch is made by Harry. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, let's do it.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now they try the right side here. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Defense, let's go. Hurry, hurry. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Up, left. Done.
Mayfield off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Pull it together. 50 cent. Real. 50 cent. Let's get the ball. Check nickel.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to go down again. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A third down gain of 19. Jameis now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Winston now. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Night, sweetheart. Pistol. Hey, alert 33. Check 3. I got you.
Mayfield now. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark, got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
On 2nd and 9, Winston looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 3rd down, Winston completes it to Samuel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Curtis Samuel his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
First and 10. That's their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Squeeze, double.
Now a handoff looking right. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
180! I got him! Rush in!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
180!
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement.